guys, it's Miss Mathot. I hope you guys are doing well and adjusting to this distance learning. This week, which is week 3, we're going to start a new topic dealing with fractions. So each day this week, we're going to have a video, an assignment about fractions. Today, we're looking at comparing fractions. Comparing fractions means to view something in relation to another. However, in math, we look at comparing to examine the difference between numbers. And comparing can help us see 3 things. It can help us see if one number is greater than another number, if one number is less than another number, or if one number is equal to another number. Okay, so this is the stuff we're going to be dealing with for today's assignment. Okay, I need you guys to recall what a fraction looks like. So the top half of a fraction is called the numerator and the bottom half is called the denominator. So if we were given a fraction like a half, well, we know it's a simplified fraction. We can't reduce it anymore. But looking at it, I know that my numerator is 1 and my denominator is 2. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get into the together questions. So on your worksheet, it's labeled together questions. We're going to do these questions together. And then there's on the own questions, and you guys are going to do those on your own. Okay, so let's look at what are the together questions. There we go. All right, together questions. We have 1/2 and 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can solve these or compare these. Okay, so to compare if 1/2 is bigger than 3/4, okay, I've drawn pictures. Okay, so this one, there's 2 blocks. So 1/2 is represented by coloring 1 block in. 3/4, I have 4 blocks here, so I'm going to color 3 out of 4. You just have to make sure that the boxes are the exact same length so that you can compare them correctly. So now I look at this picture and I ask myself, which of the fractions are bigger or which one's smaller? Well, 1/2 is smaller than 3/4 and 3/4 is bigger than 1/2. So I would say 1/2 is less than 3/4 or 3/4 is greater than 1/2. The other way to show your work for this, if I do 1 divided by 2 and 3 divided by 4 in my calculator, or you can even divide it long division. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. 0.75 is bigger, so we are correct. Okay, we move on to 8/10. 8/10 and 2/3. So I have here 10 blocks and I have here 3 blocks. So now I'm just going to color in 8 out of 10. Okay, and over here I'm going to color 2 out of 3. 1 and 2. Which one's bigger, the top one or the bottom one? The top one. So 8 out of 10 is bigger, so I write the greater than sign. And I can even test that again. Whichever way you feel more comfortable testing these, you can absolutely do it another way. Just show me your work. That's the important piece right here. 2 divided by 3 is 0.666667, so we round it to 0.67. 8 out of 10 is bigger. Okay, 2 8s and 1/4. So I have 8 blocks here and I'm going to color only 2 of them. I have 4 blocks here and I'm only going to color 1. These look the same. Okay, and if you're not sure that your drawing's correct, right? They look equal. I can test it. 2 divided by 8 and 1 divided by 4. For both of these answers, when you type this in the calculator or you do the long division, you're going to get 0.25. So they are in fact equal to each other. Okay, so I have 4/12 and 5/6. So here's one with 12 and here's one with 6. So for the 6, I'm going to color 5. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 4/12. So I'm going to only color 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one's bigger? This one may appear to be smaller because our denominator is smaller than 12. But when we actually compare them, we see that this one is greater. And you can check. Again, 4 divided by 12, 5 divided by 6. You guys don't have to show me both ways, even though it's helpful to check your work. Just choose a way and just make sure you guys are showing work. So 4 divided by 12, I get 0.3 repeated. 3 repeated. Okay? When I do 5 divided by 6, I get 0.83, and then the 3's are repeated. They're both repeating, but this one has an 8, so that's why that one's bigger. Okay, last one we're going to compare is 5/10 and 1/5. So I have 10 blocks here, 5 blocks here. I color 1 out of 5 for 1/5 and 5 out of 10 for 5/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This one is bigger because more is colored. So I flip my sign to say greater than. And I do 5 divided by 10, 1 divided by 5. 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. This one's bigger. So there you have it. This is how you compare fractions. We're just taking it slow. So we just did 5 questions together. Okay? So make sure you guys have these copied down. Okay? On your worksheet. That's what you're going to turn into. The next thing we get into is the questions on your own. These are your questions, okay? You're going to compare them with greater than, less than, or equal to, okay? These are your given fractions, and on this side, you're going to show me your work, okay? Let me just leave you guys with a few reminders. You can watch this video as many times as you need so you can practice the steps, okay? Don't stress yourself out. You can do this. And if you have any questions at all, just shoot me an email, all right? I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.